Out over the arms, under the arms. You can also do over under. You'll find, a lot of good players will play this. Offensively, it's a better method of control because you can set up the arm bar, take the back. But there's one thing that's going to be in common from this control. Whatever side the guy has the underhook on, the head will be on that side, and that's crucial. Alright, he's not going to keep the head on the overhook side. And when you play around with this, you'll realise it's very easy to escape if the head's on this side. He will want it on the underhook side, and that will dictate my escape. So Carl's on me. The good thing is, it's the same as the last move. So it has to be a feel thing, okay? From this position. I know Carl has the underhook on this side and his head's on that side. So my arm is exposed. The one with the open elbow just comes around to this side. Now back into the box. What am I going to do? I'm going to sit out a little bit, start pendulum my legs. Now because Carl's at a slightly different angle, sometimes we do it in one move. When I swing my legs from my right to my left, I'm going to stretch out my right arm and bring my left elbow back. I'm in the turtle position again. Let's look at the clock choke. So, everybody knows this, hopefully. Right hand comes in, grabs the wrist. Left comes underneath. Usually I'll put my chest on his head to get his head on the mat. And then from there, I put my hip on his head. And then I walk around his head and drops. So it gets his name, clock choke. So again, from there, I make the grip. Left hand comes in, I find the collar grip. I want to get my chest on his head, get it as low as possible, and then I sit on my hip on his head. Two main problems with that. The minute I make this grip, Carl clamps it, straightens his leg, and rolls me over, and I look for a crucifix and assassin. What's that going to happen? The second problem from here is free left hand. When I make this and come in, Carl is making space just like in the last choke. So let's close both of those down. So this is a modified version of the clock choke. We have covered it before. The second I make this grip and Carl clamps, this is terrible. I can't get my arm out. The minute he straightens his and puts his right shoulder on the mat, I'm away. Take it back. For him to put his right shoulder on the mat, watch what happens to his left shoulder. It comes high. Make sense? So if I can stop this shoulder coming higher than this one, he can't put his shoulder on the mat. This is the detail. Once I get to there, I don't put my hip on his head, I put my hip on his shoulder. Alright, so if Carl tries to roll me from there, this is not happening. I can keep his left shoulder, alright, not getting higher than his right shoulder. I'm on top. Now let's look at when I go for the choke now. I make that first initial grip, Carl creates space, okay, and he's pulling on it. I just do that Henry Akins choke that we did in the last move. I switch from 4 fingers to 2 fingers, okay. I'm sitting on his hip, and now I just relax that arm, and now it's just creating space. See if I'm turning away, that's all I'm doing there. Let's take it back to the start. So, from our position, Carl has a whipper on one arm and an underhook on the other. The side of the underhook is the side of the arm that I bring around to the other side. Okay? This hand looks open elbow. Think about which arm is danger. It's not this one. It's this one. It's an open elbow. So I just bring it around. And then I do that little bump and try to free myself. Now the angle's slightly different. Carl's not more north-south, he's sort of more towards side control. So sometimes it takes lesser movement for me to get out. So it depends on my legs, and then from there I'm going to stretch my right arm and withdraw my left elbow. Okay? Pulling myself out. Into the turtle position, side right position, Carl's staying tight. Right hand comes in and finds the wrist. The left hand digs in to find the collar. The minute I feel him clamping, I know he's going to roll me. I put my hip on the near side shoulder. The only defense he has now is putting
so.
Feel for the underhook side, my hands kind of come around to this side. And bump, create a little bit of space, start pendulum my legs. And because he's more side on, I have a little bit more angle just to come all the way out.
And we're into the side right position. First hand comes under, grabs the wrist. I know he's going to roll me, so I put my hip on his shoulder and I'll sag back. I want this shoulder lower than this one, so he can't roll me. Dig in. When I make the initial grip of 4 fingers inside, if Carl decides to grab, just sit up there 1 second. Sit up. That switches from this to this, and I put the back of my hand as if I'm looking at my watch. From that position, I look over my left shoulder, I relax my left arm. It takes very little movement.